Good Monday afternoon to you. This is Hui Wong keeping you company. And, I guess many of us, are working from home. And this pandemic has caused us to rethink many things, including our relationship with the tech we use and the space we use for making stay home, more at work and to work. And we want to know about gear that work. And one of them is the standing desk. How should we choose, one of these devices or gear at home so that, we can max out and do our work, with little injury as well. So joining me today is Dale Tan, CEO of TakeAseat.sg. He's here with me today. Hi, Dale. Thanks for joining me.
Afternoon, Hui Wong.
Yes.
Nice having me.
Yes. We're all online now. What are the top considerations to bear in mind when, setting up a corner for work at home?
The important pointers I always tell my customers that walk in is, what's the purpose of your standing desk, right? So if your purpose is just to fit in maybe a table in the room, and you want multiple users to use your table, you can actually just get a manual inclined table. You don't have to get the electric one. You can just adjust manually to the sitting height that can fit you in the right height, and that is enough. But if, let's say, you are talking about changing a lifestyle, right? You want to do something when you stand up. That's what is recommended by doctors nowadays, that is for you to keep moving, right? The word is move. You can't just be sitting 8 hours a day and you expect that your body will not feel achy all over the place. So the advice is for you to stand up or move around or do exercise, do stretching while the table moves up and down. Then you have to get electric tables that has memory, and a press of a button, you can go all the way up, or press another button, you can go sit down at the preferred height.
I see. So with the electric powered ones, it's more versatile. You can adjust the height.
Yeah, it's like one press of a button, you can straight away stand up and stretch yourself while it gets up to the height that you need. Then in the meantime, maybe while you're doing Zoom meetings, you can actually do some cycling or do some stretching exercise using resistance bands and do multiple things at one go. And that is the purpose of standing desk. It's not just for standing, right? So it's also for multiple movements.
I've seen some people who've done pretty amazing things. Like they would use like those Bosu balls, and then they would sit on it to improve their posture so that you won't slouch. I think that's some kind of good idea as well. You
can do all sorts of things that keep yourself moving. The word I said again is to move. If you sit too long, then something will happen to your back, right? You have back aches and all that.
Right. For the price comparison between an electric and manual standing desk, is there like a great difference?
Not a lot of difference. I guess it's like 200 plus. I guess around. So if you want to save some money and you just want to sit at the proper height, then you just have to get a manual one, because if you want a sit-stand desk, like an electrical one, it let you go up and down frequently. Then if it's a manual one, you have to spend a lot of time whining and all the way up and whining all the way down. Can you feel it's like you tend to be lazy when you want to use that function, right?
Right.
So I don't think it's feasible, like if you want to change the lifestyle, like sit and stand.
Yeah, I suppose if you buy a manual, you might as well just buy an ordinary desk.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And do they come with memory presets as well? For the electric?
Presets as in, you're talking about functions, right? So
Yes.
there is like single motors and dual motors. I think many people ask me, like, why do I go for the dual motors instead of single motors? The keyword is that the weight, the uplift that you need. For example, if your desk is a 1.4 meter wide, which is quite normal, right? So with the board itself, it's pretty heavy. So if you have multiple gadgets, like for example your hard disk drive and all the gadgets on the table, that will add weight. So if you have a lot of gadgets, then you choose the dual motor. That gives you a lot more heavier uplift, which is they can go all the way to 100 kilograms, whereas the single motor will only go up to 50, some 60 kilograms for the weight. So if let's say it goes all the way up, if it's on the threshold, then it tends to be stuck.
Right.
You don't want your electric table to stuck. So that is single and dual motors. Of course, you have a motor that is slightly noisier. The standard one in the market will probably around less than 50 decibel. And the better ones will be at the 40 decibel. That is around motors like Taiwanese motors or some motors built Europe, US. So then the decibel will drop lower. So that's noise. And memory preset, that's something that I would say it's always good to have, because you don't want to press a button. I'm talking about the choices between one arrow up and one arrow down, and the choices of memory preset. If you have some electric table that is just two buttons, one up, one down, then you'll be holding on to the button all the way until you reach the standing height. And when you want to go down, you have to press all the way again until you reach to the sitting posture, which to me, the cost doesn't really is much of a difference, like $50 difference. So go for the memory preset and, stand up in style.
Right. Out of curiosity, what is the range of tables like? Are there many to choose from?
Yeah, there is many to choose from. There's too many for me to put it out there here in this interview. So maybe I'll just put it for example, as I said, single double motor, you have three-legged one that uses three motors to lift up the your table. And also there is a nice, more high-end one. They uses an app to control the height and timing. So for example, you set like 1 hour you want to sit and 1 hour you need to stand, right? Using the app, you can actually have a reminder on the table that gives you a light that blinks, and it reminds you to stand up. So you have to press the button and it stands up, and a light blinking to remind you to sit down. And it calculates how long you've been sitting and how long you've been standing on the app.
That is really useful, yeah.
Yeah, that's the tech part. So that is one type that I think is pretty useful. Of course, there is some that is for gaming. There is neon lights. There is nice come out all the lights surrounding you, and you like that kind of gadget. Of course, that's gaming table. But to me, gaming table and normal table is just some neon lights, right?
Right. Okay. Well, we work with multiple devices and some still wired. How are most standing desks nowadays? Are they all built-in cable management?
Mostly, that comes along with some sort of cable management, a small area. If you want to install a bigger cable management, you probably got to add on and buy them. It's normally called a cable management tray. So you can use, normally houses use those power gang, it's like a rail, right? A row of four. Then you can put that on the tray, and you can somehow make the table tidier. Or else you can actually buy those a bit high-end one. We are talking about power rail that it looks a bit cooler. The Singapore brand is called Ubik. They use the turn, and one round thing is light and it's very cool. Those are the high end one that will cost around $400 just to install those. But all this installation is to let you have easy access to PowerPoint, right? You don't want to be like, whenever you want to change PowerPoint, you probably have to bend down or dig, all the cables, pull them out and figure out which line is which line. I believe that resonates to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so you want some sort of ease to your power. So that cable management tray underneath your table, that will help a bit. But of course, you can install the power rails that's on top of the table that gives you a better.
We work from home, creating our own home office in a better way with a standing desk. And we definitely want to talk more about this standing desk after this message.